we have these beautiful owls nestled in some red flowers. Hey everybody, Lucinda Swirl here. New day, new Tumbler project. I am going to try another experiment today because this is something I don't think I've seen anyone else do. There may be a great reason for that, like it's really going to look awful, and that's why nobody else ever bothers doing it. That's entirely possible, or I just haven't seen the right videos. But I have a set of Hippo, H-I-I-P-O-O, 24 colors of epoxy resin dye. So not alcohol ink, not opaque pigment paste or pigment liquid. This is epoxy resin dye, and obviously it's a colorant and it's used in resin. But instead of doing the traditional thing with it, which is mixing it up in some resin and applying it to the tumbler somehow, I'm going to drop this straight onto a resin tumbler. I'm going to apply some resin. I'm going to mix up probably 30 milliliters. This is a 30-ounce skinny straight. I don't think I'll need 30 milliliters, so I'll probably apply 20. I want to give it some movement, some chance to move around. And then I'm going to drop these colors on. Maybe I'll use some heat. Maybe I'll do some tilting. We'll see what happens because I really don't know. So we're going to find out. Normally I would take out like the greens and the blues and use those. But just to be contrary to what I usually do, I'm going to go for the oranges, reds, and purples. Okay, so we have red. We have rose red, which looks towards the pink side. So here's pink, rose red, red, orange. Oh, this is orange red. I'm going to take that out of the mix. And we have orange and yellow and purple. All right. So that's how, and I'm not going to go down and do individual color strips, or I'm just going to drop these on randomly. They should all get along pretty well color-wise. They're all from kind of the same family. So yeah, I'm going to suit up and put some resin on here. It will be Tumblers Coating Epoxy from the Epoxy Resin Store. We will see what happens. And we're back. Okay, so this is what happened. Let me see if I can get you a close up. Don't know if it'll focus on that or not, but I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. Was it what I was expecting? Well, I don't really know how to answer that because I wasn't sure what I was expecting. I mean, if you look closely, you can see some of the independent colors. There's a little bit of the purple, a little pink, a little yellow. So that's where we are. Now I need to figure out what to do with it. I don't want to cover this up. I want to use it as a beautiful background. And because it's so red overall, I'm totally on board with Halloween. So I'm going to do a wrap. This will be printable vinyl. It is the Nito brand printable vinyl, and it's their clear printable vinyl. I have printed this out. It is actually 3 different graphics flattened onto one sheet. So we have our sort of gothic wallpaper of skulls in the background. Then we have these beautiful owls nestled in some red flowers. And then on top of all that, even though it's probably not visible on camera, there is a silver cobweb over the whole thing. So I am going to try and get this on the cup. Unfortunately, because I decided to do this test with a 30 skinny, the 8.5 by 11 size sheet I have will not go completely top to bottom, but it will go all the way around. The length is 10.2, so we'll see if I guessed right. Okay, not gonna lie, there were a ton of bubbles I had to deal with. So while I'm an advocate of clear printable vinyl in some situations, this was not anywhere near as easy as, say, a clear sticky sheet or a clear printed vinyl that you buy. My seam looks great, but there are a lot of other places on this cup that don't look so great. Okay, so for pinstriping, I'm gonna start with black. This is 1/4 inch wide by 11.5 inches long, which is more than enough to go all the way around here. This is 3mm wide holographic nail tape that I got from Amazon. Is it perfect? No, it's not. Do I love it? Yeah, I kind of do, actually. Get you one more look. Very, very pretty. I'm very pleased with how this turned out, considering I did not have a clue when we started what I was going to get. Okay, so this is going to get a final layer of epoxy resin over the entire thing. I will put some 504 into it. You know, distract from the flaws with the extra sparkle factor. And that's what I'm going for here, distracting from the flaws. Okay, so given how hard this is to see, all the graphics and everything on this, because of the metal background and because of all the flaws, the bubbles that I just couldn't get out. Maybe I didn't see them all, but it was painful. I still love how the cup looks, but I thought, you know, let's try this again. Let's try it on a white cup and let's use water slides and see what we end up with. So I'm going to recreate the exact same thing with the exact same colors on a white spray painted tumbler, same colors. I even try and put them in the same order as before, although I don't know if I'll succeed. I'll put these on, I'll hit it with the heat gun, same as before. Instead of using clear printable vinyl as the full wrap, I'm going to use water slide.